Welcome back to Lucy, the eternity she wished for. A visual novel sent to me by my good buddy Ryu. And this is like the second part of this novel play that I plan to finish in 2 parts. So let's continue, shall we? I make my way toward the high school that I attend. I'm currently in my 2nd year. While running, a movie that I recently watched springs to mind. It's an old sci-fi movie set in the year 2050. Sci-fi movies from the past are quite remarkable. They all seem to lack creativity, like anime. Okay. Just want to make sure we're good. Some would indicate large-scale space battles, like macros. Others would have vehicles flying through the sky, like Star Wars. That's just too unrealistic. I like unrealistic, it worked for me. It's true that there have been major strides in science and technology, but it's difficult to change what we've grown so accustomed to. In this year of 2050, people still walk to school, people still drive normal vehicles, people still ride bicycles and skateboards, some people still use old fountain pens or pocket watches like me, but there exists a single piece of technology that's become more prominent in our lives: androids. Androids being used everywhere around the world. That's the only difference our contemporary world has to offer. I enter the hallway just as the morning bell starts to ring. Giving it all I got, I make a dash for my classroom. Please refrain from running in the hallways. Janitor android scolds me lightly, but I easily brush it off. These types of androids have facial recognition capabilities that allow them to report troublemakers. Knowing that, I keep my face well hidden while running past the android. Exploiting their weaknesses is my specialty. I'm Mega Man. As a result, I never gotten into trouble at school. Safe! I enter the classroom acting like a professional baseball player who has stolen a base. I notice that the teacher hasn't arrived yet. I plunk down in my seat while still huffing. That was pretty close. Did you sleep in again? I hear a familiar voice calling out to me. It's coming from the guy sitting next to me. Clever looking fellow. People usually refer to him by his nickname, Dr. Gears. That's because he's a real geek with a burning passion for robots. I, on the other hand, despise robots. And while I label myself an introvert, he's very approachable and outgoing. Moreover, our tastes and hobbies differ quite a lot. But he's actually my best bud in the entire class. Puzzling, isn't it? Even our classmates find it strange. I just had some business to take care of. Really? This early in the morning? Long story. Unfortunately, I'm cut off by the sound of the classroom door opening. A middle-aged man makes his entry. It's the teacher. Female assistant android is trailing behind him. Let's talk about this later. Send him a signal. He returns a thumbs up. Her signal's like, like, I point to him, gives me a thumbs up. Like, lunchtime arrives in the blink of an eye. I take out my freshly bought pieces of bread and arrange them upon my desk. I prepare to enjoy my lunch with Dr. Giaz. Two desks have been joined together. On my desk there are a couple pieces of fried croquettes and a carton of chocolate milk. On his desk there's a tasty looking lunchbox. My friend appears to be enjoying his lunch. I've heard that his maid android makes it for him every morning. But how's the actual food? Doesn't look half bad. For someone who eats bread every day like me, it's truly a feast for the eyes. Why are you just sitting there? Got a problem with your food? No, I should start eating. Let's see if light scolding. I take a piece of croquette to my mouth. As I delicately, I'm having trouble saying delicately. As I delicately bite into its golden, crunchy surface, a warm, savory scent fills my nose, and I just finished cooking not too long ago. The sweet flavor of the dough mingles with the tantalizing aroma, creating this heavenly mixture. But that's not all. The cream inside unleashes its softness as it slowly melts on my tongue. Then the vegetables and the mixture provide a strong, rich flavor. God damn it, it's making me hungry again. Even the first time I did this part, and it's making me hungry now when I say this. The eggs and the mashed potatoes also join the fray, blending in pleasantly with all the other ingredients. Well, you know what I'm going to be doing after I'm done with this second half, right? This taste, this refined taste, it must be just a plain old piece of croquette. I put it aside and casually asked Dr. Giaz a question. By the way, didn't you once tell me that you have a lot of androids at home? Huh? Yeah, 6 of them in total, I think. 6 of them, huh? It's impossible for a normal household to be able to afford that many. Yeah, it's like you own 3 dogs, and they all do the same damn thing. Bark when somebody passes by, and they just go yipping up a storm. Oh, and the owners don't even bother just feeding him or anything like that. Just let him yip up a storm until they wear themselves out. The rumor has it that he's from a rich family, and I guess it's true. Where's this coming from all of a sudden? It's nothing. Oh, wait a minute. He starts grinning like an idiot. Hey, your food's falling out of your mouth, you know. You've taken a liking to androids, haven't you? Have you finally decided to put an end to this war between us? Well, for now, I guess. Wise decision. Androids are simply amazing, you know. They're truly the greatest invention that science has delivered since the beginning of mankind. Different types. But I would recommend the maid models above all this. They take care of all the chores and really know how to cook. On top of that, the female ones are all pretty cute. Sometimes I find myself admiring their beauty. You got one sick, twisted mind, Gears. Don't you know that people can achieve inner peace with beauty? It's been proved by science, you know. I shake my head warily. I do admire his enthusiasm for something so petty, though. Really. Look, I just care more about what's on the inside, that's all. What are you talking about? I'm saying it doesn't matter whether they're pretty or not. I just hate robots in general. Here's an example using people. Let's say there's a person with a pretty face, but he's a man. They call him Prince. Does the fact that he's got a woman's face change anything? No, he's ultimately a man. Likewise, even if I see a beautiful android, since it's ultimately a robot, its aesthetics don't matter anymore. It's just become an illusion. And yes, I made that joke because it was needed. What I'm trying to say is that even if a robot acts like a person, it's not. Therefore, all robots are the same to me, and I dislike them all. I guess you still haven't changed your mind. But there has to be a reason why you brought it up, right? Normally you would never talk about it. Well, yeah. If you're looking to buy one, I'm here for you, man. I'll make sure to fill you in everything you need to know. I'm telling you, you'll be making the greatest purchase of your life. After those words, I couldn't help but scratch my cheeks. I'm not exactly looking to buy one. But could it be that you're worried about the price, my friend? Don't worry. I have some connections that'll let you have one dirt cheap. As long as I'm with you, there won't be any problems. No, it's not that. There's no need to buy one. Now, just what do you mean by that? I fidget around not knowing whether I should tell everything. I found one somewhere. I found what? Android. You found one? An android? Yeah. Where? At the junkyard. Holy, you lucky bastard! Is it something like an IDX 358 or 455? What model is it? Something that starts with a P, can't remember? Someone told me it's a pretty recent model, but I haven't seen anything impressive yet. Might as well give it some time, though. It was free after all. Now you made me curious. I'll be sure to pay you a visit soon. He paused for a moment before continuing as if he's trying to change the subject. Well, I'm certainly happy that you've taken an interest in androids, but what? But you should be careful. But what? You've seen them on TV lately, right? Those who are obsessed with androids. They say it gets really tough to deal with as time goes on. Robots are robots. Humans are humans. You should never forget this boundary between them. Robots are mere tools designed to make our lives easier. Nothing more, nothing less. You'd be better off worrying more about the chances of being struck by lightning. Does he even realize who he's talking to? What an absurd idea. I know. Of course, I don't expect that to happen to you, of all people. But it doesn't hurt to be a little self-aware, you know. Better safe than sorry. Alright, I get you. Keep that on me. I'll keep that in mind. He nods in response. Before I knew it, it was already time for the final class of the day. Alas, another monotonous day of school was coming to a close. But it feels as if this lecture will go on for eternity. Time seems to be inching along at a turtle's pace. The chalkboard is filled with scribbles that are barely decipherable. It makes it much more difficult to understand the lesson, which is already painfully tough to begin with. I can't take this anymore. The teacher is also awful at explaining things. Excluding myself. Its words go through one ear and right out the other. Excluding myself. Unable to hold back the incoming fatigue, I let out a small yawn. Looking around me, doesn't seem like anyone else is doing much better. All the unreasonable, pushy teachers have something in common. They never explain anything in the simplest way. They always make everything seem more complicated than it needs to be. A bunch of runt snobs, that's what they are. Excluding myself. Nothing in this world lasts forever. The teacher's dreadful onslaught of words ultimately comes to an end. Watching a politician give a speech is probably much less infuriating. All that's left now is go home. Time to get out of this place. Feeling like a prisoner has just been set free, I quickly pack up my belongings. I wave goodbye to Dr. Gears and head home. Today's Wednesday, soaked. On the way, I suddenly realized something. I'd completely forgotten about my Android at the repair shop. I almost ended up heading straight home. I doubled back towards my new destination. I arrive at the shop. By looking through the windows, I can see that the place isn't too busy. There are just a handful of people wandering about. But the repairman himself, can't find him. Without hesitation, I entered the building.
Antique shop へようこそ。何かお探しですか?
As soon as I set my foot inside, I was immediately greeted by a female staff. The voice has sweet, vibrant texture. Really caught me off guard. I never expected a girl to be manning the store. Guess she's a part-timer. I turn around to face the person calling out to me, and my jaw drops to the floor. You! It takes a while for her to recognize me. And when she finally does, her face lights up instantly. It was the android named Lucy Valentine who had greeted me at the door. Are my eyes playing tricks on me? There's no way that useless thing could be standing there talking to me. There's any hint of awkwardness in her smile. To reaffirm my suspicions, I check once more. Lucy. You're Lucy, right? I was correct, it seems. What happened to you?
はい、マスター。どう思っているかと言いますと
That voice and your face. And you're standing on your own, right?
はい、もちろんです、マスター。ルーシーは今、2本足で立っているんです。
Lucy puffs up her chest, looking proud. I mean, that's not really something to be proud of, but thinking back to how she was before, it was damn well impressive. You do look better now, so there's nothing wrong with you. So there's nothing wrong with you anymore?
はい、マスター。今のルーシーは体が軽く、すぐにでも飛べそうなくらいですよ。
After those words, she does a little ballerina spin in place. Oh, good lord. Update. After those words, she does a little ballerina spin in place. She had the appearance of a mature, well-pampered maiden, yet at the same time she looked silly like a child. But her spin abruptly ends as she crashes onto the floor. And there goes my peace of mind.
まだ元通りにはなってないみたいですね。
Apparently not. Lucy smiles sheepishly. While that's going on, I'm staring at her with a loss for words. Her perfectly natural, non-robotic human voice. Her personality full of rich human emotions. Her face showing all kinds of believable expressions and reactions. And her freely moving legs. And her freely moving arms and legs. To say that I'm amazed would be a gross understatement. I'm so amazed that I'm at a loss for words. My brain has turned to mush. My vocabulary has all but been forgotten. Sorry about that. It's kind of itchy. Don't know why my foot's itchy, but it is. I wouldn't show it on the outside, of course. Losing control of your emotion reveals your weakness. Well, honestly, it's not just because of that. I also didn't want to admit to her that I was surprised. What has changed in a matter of a few hours? This is amazing.
初めてマスターに褒めてもらいました。嬉しい。
I'm complimenting the guy who fixed you up, not you.
そんな。
The look of disappointment on her face was quite surreal. How can I possibly explain this? Magic. Has she ever been enchanted by a witch? Old stories from childhood come to mind. The nine-tailed fox who desired to become human. The little mermaid who also wished to become human. What happened to them? Well, one became a very annoying as hell anime that just wouldn't stop. And as for a second one, it became a fan favorite. Had an anime based off it. Spawned a TV series and a couple sequels. But you're wondering what happened to them? They never ended up fulfilling their own wishes. But this robot makes me think. If that Little Mermaid's wish ever came true, wouldn't she be celebrating just like this? Alright, enough of these silly thoughts. I should be looking for the repairman. But the problem is, I already spent some time searching and he's nowhere to be found. Say, what happened to that guy who put you in charge?
はい。店長さんは必要な物資を調達するために出かけています。
He's not here. What about his store?
お店は立派な店員が代わりに当番しています。
Assistant, where?
あはんあはん。
What's she talking about?
あはんあはん。
I don't see anyone.
あはん。
Lucy, who once stood tall with pride and confidence, is almost broken down in tears. I wish she stopped flipping through all these different emotions. Didn't work. Didn't work. I think I put up front. On the table. Well, whatever. Moving on. Sorry about that. Okay, I get it. You're the one in charge for the time being.
そうです、マスター。今はルーシーが店番をしています。
Her expression changes faster than the speed of light. The sentence from just a moment ago has long left the Earth in a rocket. Honestly, can't believe this guy. Leaving Lucy to take care of the store on the first day he's met her. Especially for such a bitchy robot. You'd need to have a few screws loose to think that this would be a smart idea.
マスター、何か考え事でも。
I'm not thinking about anything. And can you stop calling me master all the time? It's obnoxious. Not to me, it isn't.
でも、マスターはマスターです。
Use my name instead.
でも、ルーシーはマスターの名前を知りません。これを機に教えてください。
Come to think of it, I'm pretty sure I felt the last time I tried to tell him my name. How about I just tell her whatever that comes to mind? Hey. Call me Ace. Ace? I have an even better name. I used that the first time I accidentally cut the recording off. It's like because one of my keys I use for this project and probably other projects like this is the R key. I actually cut it off right at that part, and I find that funny because, oh hey, oh hey, I was about to put my name in. I was like, oh hey, I'm gonna put my real name in. Click. The name's Mr. Handsome.
マスター、そんな嘘は通じません。
And as I said before, I'm gonna say this since I dumped the footage the first time. So any woman ever call me that, I'd be so beat red in the face. So you're telling me I'm ugly?
いやいやいやいや、そういう意味で言ったわけでは。ミスです、ミス。
She curls up instinctively, thinking she might be scolded for messing up.
そうでなくて、名前に嘘をついたらダメってことです。本当の名前を教えてください。
How absurd. Upon what basis are you claiming that your master is not telling the truth?
さっき名前を入力しているのを見ました。
Oh, come on. Even the game's working against me. I don't care anymore. Just call me master.
はい、マスター。マスター、
What?
マスター。
What do you want? You make me blush.
なんとなく呼んでみました。
Yeah, of course. Are you messing with me?
いえいえ、めっそうもございません。マスターと呼べる方がいて、とっても嬉しいです。だから、なんとなく呼んでみました。
An enormous smile blooms over her face. How could she have such a dull personality? Was she still broken somewhere? Or was she purposely designed to be so laughable? Maybe she's on drugs. Dude, drugs for robots even exist in the first place? I come up with a list of possibilities, but obviously I wouldn't be able to find the answer. The point is that I can't seem to keep up with this robot's pace. Where's the repairman when I need him? About 10 minutes later, repairman finally returned. To tell you the truth, I was planning on approaching him first. I never got the opportunity to do so. Because the moment he saw me, he threw away everything in his hands and charged towards me like a madman. He gripped both of my hands tightly. Please, let me have Lucy. What kind of screwed up situation is this? He looks as if he's asking his girlfriend's father to let him marry her. I immediately announced my decision. No, I will not let you marry her. Eh? What do you want about? You hired something? That's my line. What do you think you're doing? The owner takes some time to collect himself. Ahem. Perhaps that wasn't the best way to put it. Kid, would you ever consider selling me that android? No, that was completely unexpected. You want me to sell her? Yeah, I can give you this much. He takes out his calculator and shows me the figures. My mind goes numb for 5 seconds. Are you serious? Of course! What do you think? Not a bad deal for a student, right? Not even adults can easily find this kind of money, you know. Looking at the state of this old building, I wonder if he can really afford to spend that much. He's overexerting himself for sure. I stare at Lucy in silence. She seemed to be frozen in place. Probably wasn't expecting this to happen. She returns a pained and somber look. I could almost picture a miserable kidnapped slave about to be shipped out to sea. Come on now, that's a little rude, don't you think? He's not about to eat you alive or anything. I turn back to face the repairman. You pay this much? Do you really think Lucy is worth that kind of money? Of course! He yells in excitement. That scared me. It felt like my eardrums were about to pop. Listen carefully. Any decently priced robot model comes with an AI or a module that allows them to mimic human emotions. You know this much, right? Yes, somewhat. Well, creating such a module is an incredibly complex process. Even then, do you know how well they perform? To compare them to a real person, they still seem a long ways off. Exactly! No matter how much effort we put into making these modules, they can only copy humans in the most basic sense. It's not yet possible for them to feel, or to think, or to express emotions on their own. I think I'm beginning to see the picture here. Looking back at Lucy, I start to put together what he's trying to tell me. Oh, you're a sharp kid, aren't you? They teach kids pretty well these days. So what do you think I'm trying to say? That she's an exceptionally well-made robot. Basically, you're telling me that Lucy's an exceptionally intelligent robot that is capable of processing natural human emotions, correct? Honestly, I was quite surprised about that as well. I've never seen such a robot that could emulate a real person so well. Even the new models nowadays reveal their flaws after a minute-long conversation. I couldn't sense anything particularly out of place while chatting with Lucy. Just felt like talking to a real person. Yep. To put it simply, this is a person made out of metal. So she's made out of the Guardian Blade? A human robot! An Iron Maiden! A revolution in the robots industry! The guy who created Lucy must be a true genius. That aside, good thing he caught himself before calling Lucy a certain power armor wearing superhero. Nobody likes patent infringement lawsuits. Anyway, if she was such a spectacular robot, would she really be thrown away like that? Oh, I actually found somewhere. There was some sort of built-in protection feature that was stopping the robot from working properly. Protection feature. If I can remember what that was. That useless junk version of Lucy might have said something about it yesterday. Whatever it was, she seems to be doing fine now. And you removed it. Yeah, it wasn't too difficult. And since it was just one of those you put on display models. Just curious as to why they would bother doing such a thing before throwing it away. Appears to be lost in thought. It might mean that the inventor wanted to keep this new technology sealed away from humanity. Yeah, you would think it's Mega Man X or something like that, right? If not, then maybe... What if there was a serious bug? That's why I thought so too, so I ran some tests but found nothing. Safe to say that she won't be harming anyone. Why would she ever want to harm people? You won't be posing any threat to people at the very least. I'm just saying that she probably obeys the 3 laws of robotics. The 3 laws of robotics, as seen in the first part. 1. A robot may not injure a human being or through inaction allow a human being to come to harm. The golden rule, harm none. 2. A robot must obey the orders given by human beings except where such orders would conflict with the first law. 2. Obey the law. 3. A robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second law. So the robot laws, as I pointed out in the first part, are A. You harm none, and let no harm come to that which you need to protect. Therefore, whoever is your master, you don't question anything. You just obey whatever kind of orders they give you. 3, as long as you don't mess with 1 and 2, you're okay. As long as you protect yourself. These laws allow us humans to keep the robots in order. They make sure that humans will always have authority over robots. Now, unless you're talking about the Astro Boy universe, that shit's out of line. Or the Mega Man X universe. Totally different. Major catastrophes can be prevented as long as these conditions are properly met. I've heard that if a robot ever disobeyed one of the laws, it would immediately shut itself down under any circumstances. That's why there aren't any glaring flaws to this system. I shift my focus back to the numbers printed on the calculator. I look back at Lucy. She is emitting the gaze of a forlorn puppy, causing a prickling sensation upon my face. After a moment of hesitation, she seemed to have made up her mind about something. She slowly makes her way towards me.
マスター、お話し中申し訳ございませんが。
What's wrong?
多目的用途として作られたルーシーは本当にさまざまなところで応用が可能です。間違いなくいろいろなところでお役に立てると思います。
Yes, and?
ですから
So what?
私
I never get tired of seeing Lucy look so depressed. Seems to have unleashed the hidden sadist within me. She was trying her very best to show off her charm. Essentially, she's a self-advertising product, and she sells it so well. You don't see that every day. But when to go this far for me, it'd be too cruel to let her go at this point. I'm not gonna make the deal, so don't worry. As I finished the sentence, the look on their faces were different as night and day. The repairman sulks while Lucy breathes a sigh of relief. Anyway, she's good to go now, right? Here's the money. With quivering hands, I take out some bills from my wallet and hand it over. The repairman hesitates for a moment, but finally takes it with a bitter look. For now, yeah. But be careful not to put any strain on her legs for a while. It's okay to move around the house, but she should avoid any extended periods of walking. So I need to carry her on my back again. So I need to carry her home on my back again. Guess it can't be helped. She's not too heavy, so I can manage. Well, that's it for today. Thank you. His eyes are filled with regret. He really doesn't want to let Lucy go. But I flat out ignore him and prepare to leave. I'll be sure to pay you another visit if something else comes up. Okay, but make sure to treat her well. And don't overwork her too much, alright? See you later too, Lucy. Come visit anytime. The look on his face while waving goodbye to Lucy was truly a spectacle. This time he seemed to be the father seeing his daughter leave with another man. Guy's completely out of it. Definitely made the right choice by keeping Lucy. This might take 3 parts, maybe 4. We exit the shop and take a short stroll until we reach the sidewalk. I stop in my tracks. In silence, I kneel down, facing away from Lucy. Hop on. I add an explanation to make sure that she understands. That means you lightly put your arms around my neck and climb onto my back. What is it?
バカだと思っていますか?
I guess I no longer have to worry about being choked to death. I feel her weight gradually shift onto my back. For a robot, she's very light. Was probably measured to weigh as a normal girl. Huh.
どうしましたか?
No, it's nothing. As soon as she climbs onto my back, I can't help but notice a fragrant aroma rising from her body. It's neither too intense nor fleeting. It gently spreads evenly along my nose. It starts with a sweet, fruity scent, reminiscent of a youthful girl. Yet there's a hint of spice akin to a mature woman. It doesn't fail to stimulate the mind of a teenage boy going through puberty. I remember them days. Sad thing is I had my nose in the book the entire time. This is bad. I never experienced something like this. I'm experiencing it now. It didn't happen this morning, but why now? It's probably because of the smell. Wasn't there earlier. Being a little faint, I desperately try to get a grasp of the situation.
脈拍が突然上がっています。マスター、どうかされましたか?
She's measuring my heart rate? That's not fair. I feel a little embarrassed for revealing that I'm a nervous wreck right now. Unable to hold back, I decide to be honest to myself. The smell, what is it?
この匂いですか? 店長さんがいくつかプレゼントしてくれたんです。女性だから自己管理は徹底しないと、と。
She takes out a bottle of perfume among many other makeup accessories. Jeez, that guy is scary. Really scary! He's the type of person who'd spend the whole day forcing his pet dog into different clothing. I've seen it before, it's totally weird. If you consider that as animal abuse, wouldn't this be some kind of robot harassment? I don't know. All this stuff just for a robot. Silly guy. Why are you laughing?
わかりませんが、自然と出てきます。
Have I just been seduced by a robot? Well, there goes all my dignity as a human being.
重くないですか?
What are you going on about now? I purposely try to sound irritated. Doesn't affect her in any way, however.
ルーシーの体、重くないですか?
Yeah, just to get the achievement for it. Of course you're heavy. Of course you're heavy. Why even bother asking?
どうしましょう。マスターにふさわしいスリムなロボットになれるよう、ダイエットを始めるべきでしょうか?
You already know that's impossible. Unless you're planning to tear your insides out or something.
ちょっと雰囲気を出してみただけです。
After that, Lucy started to sulk a little. It's very natural, human-like reaction. Very womanly too. I don't know how I'm supposed to react to this. She's leading all my values and beliefs astray. She's just a robot. Just a robot. I repeatedly warn myself. There's my achievement. Chivalrous. And I think at this part, I feel I should stop here because I've... Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to stop here. And in the next part of this novel play, we will probably end it. As I said, I probably want to do it in 3 parts, so therefore, this story is good and long, and I want to just enjoy it for what it's worth. You can't blame me for that, right? So with that, I'll see you next time for probably the 3rd and final part of the novel play of Lucy, the Eternity She Wished For by Invis Lab. Stay tuned for possibly the next and last final parts.